Well, the holidays are upon us, so I figured this week on Joe's Outdoor Office we're going to talk about smoking a turkey. It is a succulent, tender, juicy way to prepare the holiday's favorite bird. And for Thanksgiving or Christmas, you just can't go wrong with smoked turkey. We're going to go through it step by step, show you how it's done. I've actually personally done this for years, and the family just eats it up. First things first, make sure your prep area is clean, make sure your hands are clean, and then everything's cleaned out of the carcass inside. And now we're going to take some vegetable oil and just rub the bird down inside and out. This allows our spices that we're going to rub the bird down with will stick to the skin both inside and out. So we want to make sure you have a good coating of vegetable oil. You can use butter, anything, butter, margarine, mayonnaise is actually pretty good. Mayonnaise is a good thing to use. Anything to make those spices stick. The next step is to get inside the carcass with some salt. And we want to salt the entire inside of the bird down, not the outside, just the inside. I'll tip it up here. Sprinkle our salt in there. Next, we're going to hold the bird up and sprinkle our rub in and a little bit of, I like to use onion powder inside. I think it makes a really savory flavor. And then we're going to go and just sprinkle the entire outside of the bird as much as you can get on with our homemade rub. Now this will be on the blog. You'll have a recipe for this. You can use any rub you really like. I like to make my own. We'll flip it over. And while I'm over on this side, I'm going to go ahead and put my onion salt on. My onion powder, not salt, onion powder. Get that all good. And you can be liberal with this. It's not a real pungent spice. And do the rub to your liking. Just however, I like it to be on there pretty good. A pretty good bit of it. And it'll look like that. Now on to injecting. Now it's time to inject our turkey, and you can use any kind of injector needle that you like. I use apple juice because I love apple juice. The acid in the juice breaks down the fiber of the meat, and it's like a tenderizer. And so I inject as much of this apple juice in all over the bird, in the leg, thigh, especially the breast, and you'll see it'll swell up as you inject. Now some people don't like to inject. Some people say it's a waste of time. I disagree. I think that anytime you can put moisture in a piece of meat that you're grilling, smoking, it doesn't really matter, that it's a good thing. I usually use about 6 ounces. You can use more if you'd like. Just make a really concerted effort to get just about everywhere on the bird. Now some of it's going to come out, no big deal. Whatever stays can't help but help the meat. Now that that's done, we're going to cover our bird up with saran, aluminum foil, whatever you have handy. We're going to put it in the refrigerator, I would say for at least 8 hours, if not 8 overnight. This lets all these spices just kind of meld with the meat, and we will fire up the smoker and get this bird smoked. Okay, our turkey with all the spices and injected apple juice is now been in the refrigerator we did it overnight. We're going to take the saran wrap off, and now we're going to take some Gala apples and some Granny Smith apples, quarter, and we are going to stuff them in this cavity. Just as many as we can get in there. Wherever you can put them. It's just another moisture producer for this bird. It keeps moisture in the bird. It's almost like you're going to steam it from the inside and then smoke it from the outside. So this is our bird, stuffed with all kinds of flavor. We're ready to go on the smoker. Well, this really has become a nice day to do some smoking. It's raining outside, you really can't do anything else, so why not smoke some meat? So we're ready to load our turkey into the smoker. So we're going to use center rack, and lift the bird, put it in the smoker, making sure that you don't touch any of the sides or the top of the smoker. Now if the wing tips touch a little bit, no big deal, because you're probably going to throw that away anyway. Now the important thing, our temperature probe. I have an electronic temperature probe that I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature of the meat in the breast. We have the dark meat here at the bottom and on the sides. They'll get plenty of heat, but this breast you want to make sure gets to 165 degrees minimum. I set mine at 170. So we're ready to put it in. Make sure the probe point doesn't touch any bone. Make sure it's center of the breast. And then load your smoker. Now I have in here, I use hickory. Not much. I like the smoke flavor, but I don't want to overdo it. So I have about 4 ounces of wood in this Cook Shack electric smoker. And I like electric because you can really keep the temperature very consistent, and that's very important when you're smoking meat over long periods of time. So we're going to get our smoke box in. We have our temperature probe set. Whatever you do, don't forget your drip pan. A turkey will drip more juices than just about any meat you'll ever smoke. So make sure it's underneath your drip hole. Make sure the drip hole is unobstructed. We're ready to go. Now, this should take 30 to 40 minutes per pound. It's an 11-pound bird. This should take between 5 and 7 hours. But the most important thing is keep an eye on your temperature. Keep an eye on your temperature. 165 minimum. I like it to be 170. When we get done, we'll check it in 2 different places. So we're ready to turn it on. 225 to 250 degrees, and let her go. Okay, we're ready to take our bird out. I've achieved on this one 174, and on this one over here 173, so we're definitely done. I'm going to take the probe out. I'm going to take our bird out of the smoker. Okay, we've got our bird out. Nice, rich brown color. The legs look just ready to eat right now. Time to eat. What we're going to do now is cover our bird with some aluminum foil and basically just let it rest. This will help the juices sink in. Just ball it up. Okay, it's been about 30 minutes, so we have one other thing to do before we can carve. We're going to take the foil off. And we're going to take our apples out. You wouldn't want to eat these. These are full of smoke. You can just see the moisture though in this bird from having the apples put inside the cavity. So there we have it, smoked turkey for Thanksgiving. Let's just try a little piece and see how it tastes. Get a little piece off of there. And we can just see the moisture. Delicious. Happy Thanksgiving.